I fell asleep without brushing my teeth. Well, this is the second time this has happened in the last 2 weeks. I'm exhausted, but I need to get up because it's clearly hair wash day, and I'm already running late, and I need to brush my teeth. I miss Darna. This is gonna be a day in the life of a 6th grade English language arts teacher.
I just saw Haley's comment, she waved.
Hi, cutie badootie. Hi, gorgeous. Just showered. Already brushed my teeth in the shower. So now I'm gonna do mouthwash. Now I have moisturizer mixed in with moisturizer, some bronzing drops. This is my speedy little bit of makeup routine, but typically, if I'm being honest, I don't even wear makeup to school because the kids will make fun of me or just point it out obnoxiously. And I'm not a morning person and I just don't have the time. I tag team my under eye bags with these 2 products. They're like brightening and cooling, and they're amazing. This Benetton is going on my lips. I have the Rhode blush in this like date cake color. I put it on my wrist like that. And then I get my brush and I just get a little bit on it and then put it on my face. Because I have like a little pimple right here, I'm gonna put this tiger grass green stuff on it. It's like skincare that blends in to red. Now it's time to quickly pack some sort of a lunch and make my breakfast. Coffee. I use cold brew and some sort of creamer every morning. Guess who's back? My little sweetheart. Miss Darna. If you know, you know. As in, her name is from a book that I'm obsessed with. All I do, put creamer in. Getting things everywhere. And then coffee. And I need more coffee. Oh, now my other kitty cat has come to say hi. This is Gandalf. Same thing. If you know, you know. He's from a much older fantasy series. So I drink this on the way to school in the car. Now I gotta pack my breakfast, which I eat during my 2nd period prep at school. And then my lunch, which I eat like at 5th hour. Breakfast, I made these kolaches, which are like biscuits with breakfast food inside of them. So good. So that's what I'll have for breakfast. And then for lunch, I have this like pre-made salad and I'll put turkey on top. I'm gonna put some Trader Joe's leave-in conditioner in my hair. And then I'm gonna put some Dove volume booster in my hair. I have about 10-ish to 15 minutes before I have to leave. My schedule is 7:30 to 3:30. So like my contract hours, but I like to be there between 7 and 7:15 every morning. A bunch of my students found this YouTube channel, and some of them have been telling me I need to make another video. Even though they make fun of me that I have this channel, I think they also secretly think it's kind of fun and cool. I think I can say the hair is brushed. And then it'll air dry eventually. I hate getting dressed in the morning lately because I'm just like not feeling it. For whatever reason, I'm like just tired and bleh, and I just don't want to wear anything cute, anything not cute. I just don't want to wear anything. I think I'm gonna wear this little cardigan. This is the outfit. It's my grandmother's old sweater, some jeans, just a brown long sleeve t-shirt, and that's really it. I'm on my way. I teach 6th grade language arts, which has been a roller coaster, to say the least. It's my first year teaching, and I'm learning a lot, especially with the age I'm teaching. Learning a lot about how to manage the children. Yeah, I'm really just learning how to manage the children, let's be so for real. We'll see how today goes, but we are testing, not like the state test, but just like a test we have to do in our district. And so they should be pretty quiet, but people will be finishing, and then they may get bored and try to distract others. Here is my classroom. I just came in here and turned all the lights on, but to the left, I have basically a lot of stuff for kids, but the basics, everyday needs, my coffee machine, color pencils for them. I put a bunch of their artwork up, more artwork, all of their desks. Back there are some like English language arts terms, more artwork for them, bookshelves. Down there are their journals. That's where they turn in work. Here is where I have like copies of what we're doing for the day, and then if they need a doodle or something to pay attention, that's what that is for. And then a whiteboard that I barely use. Our smartboard, I guess is what you'd call it, which is what I use all the time. This is my teacher standing desk. I barely ever use it. I just put stuff on it. And again, the kids can grab stuff like pencils. They grab pencils all the time. This is what we've been doing this week. So we are testing currently, but a field trip is in the future, so that's exciting. And then my desk. So yeah. I can go from the other POV. That's the classroom. How exciting. It's always a good day to read a book. That's my classroom. I will have students in about 2 minutes, so I'm going to see you during one of my preps and I'll explain what I'm doing today. But I have homeroom for like 20 to 30-ish minutes, and then I have my first hour ELA class, which always is smooth sailing. And then I have prep, which is probably where I'll pick this back up. And again, grandma sweater. I'm sure they'll all tell me that I look like a grandma. That's fine with me. It is my prep. I just did a few things. I always eat my breakfast over my prep. So here's my kolache. It's the breakfast biscuit with eggs and like other breakfast foods in it, and then I put ketchup on it. So I will be eating that. I have my coffee. So I drank the one cold brew on the way to school. And then when I get to school, I make a coffee in my Keurig, just like hot black coffee. It's not that exciting, but I don't have a fridge in my room, so I gotta do black coffee. And then every morning I take my vitamins, which I put in here, with my breakfast. So that's what I do during my prep. Typically only once a week I meet with the other ELA teacher for 6th grade, but today we just checked in quick. We didn't really have to meet. Now I have about 15 minutes before my WIN class comes in. I had homeroom, I had ELA first hour. They were just testing and working on an I am poem, which I'll show you in a second what they were doing. It's always smooth sailing with my first hour. They're a very, very good class. It's a great way to start the day. And then just explained my prep. Next hour, it's like a short class where I just have people who struggle in ELA in different areas. It's like an extension class, so I get a mix of kids for 30 minutes where we just do some extra ELA work. Today, they're just writing a dystopian made-up world. 4th hour is our team prep, but today we don't have team prep. We'll probably just do our own thing in our room, which is nice to have 2 preps. If you're a teacher, you know, there's never enough time to get everything done in one prep. So we'll do that, and then I have lunch, and I have a lunch detention today, so you will not see me during lunch because I'll be with a kid. And then I teach 5th through 8th hour, which is exhausting, and I really don't love teaching 4 classes in a row with only 3-minute passing periods, but it's okay. And then after school, the kids leave at 3, and then I'll probably be here till like 3:30. They invited me to their track meet, so I'll go to that after school for like an hour. Maybe I'll stay the whole time, I don't know. I don't really want to, but some of my homeroom kids are in the last event, so they want me to stay the whole time. I already showed you the room, but I can show you what my kids are doing today. Look at my cute slides. I every week have new slides that I get off of Canva, and it makes me really happy. And it's always like seasonal themed, and I actually think it makes the kids really happy too, even though some of them would never say that. I know that's true. They just love to complain. This is what we're doing today. So they have to finish up testing, which we started yesterday, so most of them are finishing up today. And then they're doing this. It's an I am poem. This is the rough draft, so most of them have this done, and then they're working on the final draft. It's just 4 stanzas. They don't have to rhyme. They need a simile, a metaphor. We did identity wheels like a week ago. Our whole unit is about identity. Why did I just say it like that? Identity. But some of the kids have no idea what I even mean when I say identity. And I was saying like there's hundreds of different types and you have lots of different identities and they change over time. Some of them do. Some of them are concrete, like they won't change over time. And then I realized like I needed more materials to kind of teach them, pre-teach them what I even meant by identities if we were going to do a whole unit on it. So I created an identity wheel front and back. They're using their identity wheels they already filled out a week ago to work on the poem. They need to use 4 different things about their own identity for the poem. The final draft is what they're working on today when they get done testing. They either need to do a shape poem or a picture poem. And the picture poem is online on Google Classroom. And the shape poem, I just have them do it on a blank piece of paper. Okay, so this is what the kids are doing if they're doing a picture poem for their final draft. This is just my example. I talk about I am my name, and then I talk about family in the first stanza, and I have a simile. I talk about being a teacher in the second stanza, and I have a metaphor, and then coach, and then I just repeat the I am. So this is what they're kind of doing. This is what I mean by the shape poem. So then they'll just get a blank piece of paper and draw a shape and then do the poem around it and color it. So yeah, that's what they're doing today after testing. I have about 6 more minutes of my prep before my kids come in. So I'm going to eat my breakfast, take my vitamins, and chill out before they come in. I can teach 6th grade ELA in my sleep if it weren't for having to manage the kids. That's what I struggle with. That's what I'm learning a lot about. It really affects me, and I'm trying to work on different strategies and ways to get them to be quiet and listen and do their work. But sometimes they just run around, stand on desks, touch each other, say weird things, say mean things, say inappropriate things. You just never know. But I love it. I truly love it. They're amazing, but they're exhausting. teaching is not for the weak at all. I just did my lunch detentions and now I'm mixing up my salad, and I have 6 minutes before the bell rings, and then I teach 4 classes in a row. So I'm not actually gonna eat this. I'm just gonna prepare it so that while they're testing in 5th, maybe even 6th period, I can eat it then quietly. I'm trying to be positive and not be in a bad mood, because my 3rd period, was just kind of a dumpster. They were just very energetic and loud. And I only had 1 lunch detention, but because of Win, I gave 3 more out. And really I just have lunch detention so I can talk to them and hopefully get them to grow up a bit and understand that they need to stop acting certain ways and take some accountability. So I just had to talk to 4 students, and then I sent them back to lunch because I don't actually want to spend the entire lunch with them. I need breaks. I thought if I was really nice, then the kids would listen to me. But unfortunately, some of the kids just take advantage of me being nice. And it's something that I've really had to work through and struggle with, because I don't want to change who I am. I want to be nice to the kids, but some of them just aren't getting it. That they still have to be respectful, even though I'm nice, which is a crazy concept, because I respect those who are nice to me, but at the age that I'm teaching, they're just not very scared of me, which has caused some problems, because then they don't listen to me as well sometimes. Some of the kids, it's like the opposite effect, but some of them, especially the squirrely boys, sometimes. Here's my salad. It's mixed. I will eat it at some point. Now I have to teach 4 classes, so I will see you at the end of the day when all the kids go home. We do have a field trip tomorrow, so I have to cut them some slack if they're a little bit excited and squirrely, because they have 2 tests today, one in my class, one in a different class, and they have a field trip tomorrow. So I gotta remember that and know that they're just kids. It's all gonna be fine. Okay, I just finished my school day. The janitors are here and may walk in, but we'll see. I always have to have lots of caffeine during a school day, so I had a bubbler in the afternoon. The track meet is gonna start in like 20 minutes, so I kinda gotta go. But I had a good rest of the day. My 5th hour kind of bothered me because they all got done with their tests, so then I decided to play a game, but they just couldn't handle it. So they kind of stressed me out. One kid threw a coin at my head and then tried to steal my pens. So I was like, my 6th hour was good. One kid called me the B word, so that was fun, but not to my face. They wrote it down. So then I wrote it down in an email to their parents. And then my 7th hour was pretty good. They all finished the test early too, but I just let them kind of get a little bit louder and talk a little bit amongst themselves the last few minutes. And a kid in my 7th hour wrote 2 paragraphs, apparently non-ChatGPT, about the importance of water, because that hour really likes to test their limits on how often they can leave class and get water. And you'd think I was like trying to kill them with how they act when I say, no, you can't get water right now. My 8th hour was great. They were getting a little antsy at the end of the day, but it's okay. And then I said bye to all the kids, and now I gotta go to the track meet. But when I was saying bye to all the kids, this is my school picture. And they gave it to me. I was like, what the heck? This is my hamster wall, because 2 of my kids in the morning really like hamsters, and so every morning they draw me a new hamster and stick it on the wall, and that's been going on for a few weeks. So I also have a bunch of different little ducks over here. I put them in this cup because so many kids have given me ducks, so now they're in the cup. And then I also have some on top of here, and one of my students gave me this because he said it looked like a goat, and I'm the goat teacher. Mind you, this student tries to irritate me almost every day. I am done with track. The meet that I went to, it was so fun. It is now 6:45 though, and I probably won't get home until about 7, and it started at 4, so I was there a lot longer than I thought I was going to be. I just got home and unpacked my lunch and pet my cats for a good 5 minutes. Gandalf, come here. Maybe he wants to be in it. That's why he's meowing at me. Come here. And Darna came, not Gandalf. And Darna, come here. Hi. Come here. We got one beautiful kitty. She's not really a huge fan of getting picked up yet. But that's okay. Anyways, the track meet, so much fun, but it was 3 hours long and it was pretty cold. It was like 45 degrees. So that wasn't the best, but it was a lot of fun. Saw a bunch of my students, boys and girls, because it's track, so it's co-ed. While I was there, some of the girls asked me to race. And so I was like, sure. And so I went up against 2 girls and then I fell down because my leg just gave out because I'm old. Really frustrating. And then I got a stain on my knee, on my jeans, but they're dark jeans, so I think it'll come out, it won't matter. I didn't think it would be a big deal because I was like, I was just racing 2 girls, like no one saw that. There was so many events going on. And then I get up and like the entire long jump line was like looking at us and watched me fall. And then everyone was like, what happened, Miss Haley Grace? And I was like, I just fell. Like my leg gave out. Oh, hello. Oh, I can grab the other one. This is my Gandalf. He'll stay with me for this because he likes to be held like a baby. All of my 6th graders like to tell me now, the girls, about their huzzes. That's what they call their crushes. So they were like begging me to talk to some of the boys, some of the students, while they were near me so that they could like kind of be a part of the conversation. Since last Friday, we had a different field trip last Friday and we have another one tomorrow. So many of my girl students decided to tell me who their huzzes were. I love it. I think it's hilarious. And then I'll like smile at them when they're like near them in the hall and whatnot. Very entertaining. That's what happened. Now I'm home. I was supposed to work out, but it's 7:08 p.m. and I'm not sure if I'm gonna work out now. I kind of just want to put on jammies and get in my bed. And I also need to make dinner. So I think I'm first gonna put on pajamas and then I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna make for dinner because I ran out of my meal prep yesterday. And then I'm probably just gonna get in my bed, put the wild game on in the background and read my book. And I think that's all I'm gonna do the rest of the day. Now I'm in my PJs and I have to figure out what I'm gonna eat for dinner. I'm going to make Brussels sprouts, chicken, chunks, and sweet potato fries. These 2 are going in the air fryer. This is going in the microwave and then the air fryer for like a minute or 2 to get like crispier once those are done. And this is gonna take about 15 minutes without me doing anything. I don't know if you can see this very well, but I just have some chicken nuggets basically with barbecue sauce and ranch. And I have some Brussels sprouts and then sweet potato fries, and I dip it in honey because it's so good. So that's what I'm eating, and I'm gonna be listening to the wild game while I eat. I'm done with dinner. I'm in my bed and I'm literally just going to listen to the rest of the wild game. They are in the 2nd period. It's tied 2-2 right now. I really want them to win so that they can have a little break and they don't have to go to 7 games, but we shall see. I'm gonna listen to the wild game and read this book at the same time. I'm on the 5th book of the Zodiac Academy series. This one's called Cursed Fates, and I am about halfway through. I started the series like 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and each book is thick, and I'm just eating it up. I love it. Quick, what it's about: twin girls, they're 18, they live in the mortal world, but they're actually fae, and they're like the lost princesses of the deceased king. And so they get brought to the fae world, and there are like 4 elements of magic: air, water,
fire, earth, and they end up with all 4, which is very uncommon and kind of unheard of. Then they're put in like houses, and there are 4 boys at this college. They get put into the Fey world, into this college, which is called Zodiac Academy. And there are 4 boys there. Their parents are like the step-in rulers of the Fey world. They're called the Celestial Heirs. And so the 4 boys are kind of like going up against the 2 girls because they're a threat to their throne. And there's a bunch of just like romance, we shall say. So yeah, that's what I'm reading. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Wild reading the rest of the night. Probably go to bed by like 9:30, so in like an hour or so. And I need to brush my teeth tonight and wear my retainer since I forgot last night. For sure, I can't go another night like that. I just get so tired, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna lay my head down for like 5 seconds before I go brush my teeth, and then the next thing you know, I'm waking up to my alarm in the morning. So I need to make sure I don't do that tonight. I hope you enjoyed the day in the life of a 6th grade ELA teacher. Every day is different. Every day is up and down and all over the place. But today was very fun, and I definitely want to look back on memories of teaching these little rascals. Thanks for watching. Have a great night or day or whatever, whenever you're watching this. Have a great life. Let's just say that. Okay. Bye.